Hi everyone, it's Ashton, aka the Outspoken Oracle, and I am back with another tarot reading for you today. Please keep in mind that tarot readings are for entertainment purposes only. Please just think of me as your bestie here with a little bit of advice for you, and as with advice from your best friend, you take some, you leave some. Please only take what resonates with you and use your discernment always. All right, so last night in the middle of the night, I woke up with the song Alfie in my head. Just that first song, that first line, what's it all about, Alfie? What's it all about, Alfie? But it's like the song I think was specifically written for the movie Alfie. But anyhow, I'm gonna go through the lyrics and just kind of go through what the download was that I got. So the lyrics say, what's it all about, Alfie? Is it just for the moment we live? What's it all about when you sort it out, Alfie? Are we meant to take more than we give, or are we meant to be kind? And if only fools are kind, Alfie, then I guess it is wise to be cruel. And if life belongs only to the strong, Alfie, what will you lend on an old golden rule? And as sure as I believe there's heaven above, Alfie, I know there's something much more, something even non-believers can believe in. I believe in love, Alfie. Without true love, we just exist, Alfie. Until you find the love you've missed, you're nothing, Alfie. When you walk, let your heart lead the way, and you'll find love any day, Alfie. Alfie. All right, so the download, also like the movie's really good. I've never seen the original version of it, but I have seen like the 2004 version of it with Jude Law, and it's really good. Probably need to watch the original one of these days. But what I'm getting with this download is that the player, the proverbial player, is having divine intervention in their life right now. And so whether it's you're the player and you're watching this, or if you are cross watching for somebody who is a player that you're waiting for them to like have somebody knock them upside the head about their player ways, they're having divine intervention now. It's like they had one before where they're like, okay, I'm going to change my ways. And they try to change their ways, but they were still doing a lot of the same things they were doing in the past. And now it's like really kicking in. It's like, oh no, I've been doing it all wrong this whole time. And I really, really, really need to change things up. I really need to do things differently. And yeah, so they're having like that second awakening about how things need to change, about the way that they're doing things. And they're realizing that like their life feels pretty meaningless right now because they don't have love in their life. And it's like, I'm very much getting this energy that they were going backwards and revisiting people of their past to see if they had missed out on the love of their life. And it's like the people they've revisited so far are just like, no, this ain't it, or this is not going to work because it wasn't supposed to work. That's not what the love really is. And now they really have to figure out what is going to go on with their life and how they're going to move forward. And they are realizing now that they have to truly change their ways and make a full on commitment to themselves about being consistent and changing their ways and no longer going along with their old ways of being. So we're going to pull some cards in regards to that. Oh, before we get started with that, I do want to remind you guys that I am doing two giveaways this month. The first is a weekly giveaway. I'm going to pull a winner on Saturday, and this person is going to win a 15-minute pre-recorded tarot reading with me. And then if you are interested in that reading, you will also, that giveaway, you'll also be entered in the giveaway for the end of the month for a 1-hour Zoom session with me as well. All you have to do is be subscribed and comment, and you will be entered into this giveaway. All right, so let's get started. Angels, guides, ancestors, please assist with this reading. Please help to give me insight into the questions I seek answers to, protecting from any negative entities that might try to interfere on this reading and give me false information. Please speak truth and honesty to me through the cards. Give me insight of the highest good of everyone involved. And as always, thank you for showing up each and every day. All right, Spirit, what message do you have for the collective in regards to the song Alfie, in regards to this player who is realizing that they need to change their ways? Spirit, what is the message you have for the collective in regards to the song Alfie and in regards to this player who realized that they need to change their way? Okay. So with this Five of Wands in reverse, the initial energy that I'm getting is that for this person, this player, they are currently having this internal battle about themselves, about their past, about who it is they are and how they present themselves and how they go about their lives. And this internal battle, it's like I'm picking up this energy that this internal battle is between their heart and their ego, and they are currently killing off their ego. It feels very much like an ego death energy, even though I don't see the death card here, but it feels like an ego death sort of energy that's happening here with this Five of Wands. But it's very much an internal battle to stop their prior ways of behaving. And with this Queen of Wands here, it's like they are realizing that their player ways, the way that they were behaving, was in an effort to hide who they truly were. And they are realizing that that was like just a sense and a source of validation for them. And they're realizing that the validation that they're actually seeking involves them showing up as their true, authentic selves and shining brightly as they are, regardless of what people think. But what they don't realize is that by them showing up as their authentic self, that people actually are going to be more magnetized to them, but like the people that need to be magnetized to them, not just the people that are showing up to validate them and to allow them to feel good temporarily. And so, yeah, this person is killing off their ego and in turn trying to replace their ego with their true authentic self and the version of them that is calling to be in existence right now. With this Nine of Swords in reverse, it's like this person was so inundated with troubles and worries in the past because of their behavior and because of not showing up as themselves. And the more that they go through this internal battle and kill off their ego and they're showing up more as themselves, the more and more that they are lightening the load, the more that they are beginning to have these worries fall away, the more that they are recognizing their own divinity and they are no longer, you know, crying and in sorrow and just like upset about their past behaviors. I am picking up like that whoever this person is, they need to let go of a lot of the shame surrounding their past behavior, because holding on to the shame is not going to help them to ascend. It's not going to help them to move forward with their life. Like they have to take accountability for their actions, but accountability doesn't necessarily mean holding on to the shame and like that is associated with the actions that they participated in. With this Three of Cups in reverse, I am picking up that whoever this person is, as they are going through this transformation into the truest, most authentic version of themselves, they are kind of taking a step back from people. They are looking around them and seeing who in their life has helped to perpetuate this false version of themselves, who in their life has helped to perpetuate this sense of validation and needing attention. And they are slowly like getting rid of their friend group that actually is not helping for them to embody themselves better, helping to elevate them better. And they are slowly seeing who gets to stay and who gets to go. And doing this, they really need to step back and assess what was working for me in terms of my relationships, in terms of my friendships, in terms of these things. And they're slowly getting rid of people. It's like their roster, and not just their roster of people that they used to play around with, but their roster of friends, of family members, it's slowly getting smaller. They're making their circle smaller because they are realizing who they can trust and who they cannot trust. They are starting to see the people in their life who actually bring out the best of them, the people in their lives that challenge them to be the better version of themselves. And they are getting rid of the people that were just there for validation purposes, to hold them on this pedestal so that they could have the excuse to continue living their life the way that they were living it in the past. With this Page of Wands in reverse, whoever this person is, they made a complete mess of their life because their behavior was completely immature and just very short-sighted, and they were just playing around and messing around, and they made a complete mess of their life, and now it's coming back to haunt them. The mess in their life is very much, it's coming back to haunt them. And they are having to take accountability for their actions. With this King of Swords, it's very much giving me the energy that they were lying to themselves about what they were doing, and they thought that they were making the best decisions for themselves in the past, and now they're saying, oh shit, like that was just me making decisions based on false information, limited information, and me not actually taking myself into account with all of this. And because of that, they now are having to clean up the mess that they made in their life, because it's like divine intervention has arrived, has arrived, and it's showing them like exactly who they are. Like the mirror, they can't hide from the mirror of themselves any longer. But the thing of it is that by having to face themselves and having to face the mess that they made, having to go through this internal battle of sorts, it is leading them to get to the place that they've been wanting to get this whole time. By seeking out all this validation, what they were really seeking was the love of their life. What they were really seeking was their internal happiness. What they were really seeking out was the real deal. But they're having to go through taking accountability and cleaning up their mess in this internal battle in order to get there with this Nine of Cups here. With this Queen of Coins here, it's very much giving me the notion that like they spent so much time nurturing the wrong things. You can see this one has like the serpent here, the snake, and the snake is also here in the devil. And so yeah, they were entertaining the devil, entertaining the wrong things and nurturing the wrong things in their past. And they are realizing that they really put their efforts into things that were not serving them. It is becoming abundantly clear to them at this time. And they were nurturing the wrong things at the risk of losing out on the happiness they deserve in their life. We have the Nine of Cups, and that's leading to the Ten of Cups here, which is abundant happiness. They are now seeing that they can be truly, truly happy in their lives, that they have the opportunity to have that all-encompassing love, happiness, family, all those things. They get to have that in their lifetime. However, they have to kill off the version of themselves that they were behaving as in the past, when they were in their player ways, when they were not taking life seriously, when they were seeking validation, when they were living in the material realm, when they were seeking chills and thrills and all that good stuff. They have to let that go, because all of that didn't mean anything. It was just temporary. It was a temporary fix and made them feel good momentarily. It wasn't a thing that lasted and them feeling good. And now they're realizing what they really want is that everlasting happiness, that everlasting love. They want that commitment. They want that family. And they can't get that if they are a player. With this High Priestess in reverse here, it's very much giving me the energy that the veil has been lifted on what was real and what was false. And they are seeing very clearly the ways that they were actually perpetuating their own misery in their life. They're seeing the ways in which they were being fake. They're recognizing their own fakeness, but also recognize their own fakeness. It's helping them to see what else in their life around them is fake. The veil has been lifted, and they understand the truth of the situation. They see that the emperor has no clothes, or that Oz is just a man behind the curtain, and they are no longer putting themselves on pedestals or the people around them. And like I said, again, with this Three of Cups in reverse, they are like cutting ties with people. They are making their circle smaller. They're doing all of these things because now they see the truth of the situation. Their intuition is kicking in, and they are now having no choice but to follow it at this time. With this Four of Swords here, what's not working for whoever this player is that they've spent too much time just sitting back and not doing anything. But they're sitting back. Usually the Four of Swords gives me the energy of like relaxing and rejuvenating yourself, but this one is more of a terrorized isolation. It was like they would isolate themselves because not only were they terrified of themselves, they were terrified of the world, but they just didn't want to face the reality of things. It was like they did this to cut themselves off so they didn't have to actually think about things, because being in the world made them think about things, made them actually start to assess things. It's like they would drown themselves in whatever, whether it be video games or alcohol or, just TV or food or sex or whatever. But they would like isolate themselves away from the world and do these things. But it kind of got to the point where this isolation wasn't working anymore. And instead of being able to numb them in the past, it started to make them crazy to where they can't rely on their old ways of behaving to keep them from seeing the truth anymore. With the Six of Cups, it's like their past, but like their past is coming back to haunt them, but like not in a bad way. It is showing them the good things of their past, the things of their past that they forgot about, the things of their past that they denied because they were trying to fit into this mold that they thought was acceptable for society. They're remembering the people that actually played a good and pivotal role in their life that they denied and that they pushed away in order to numb themselves from the world and do the things that made them feel like they fit the mold of what the world wanted them to be more. So it's like, yeah, the past is haunting them, but it's like the good things from their past are haunting them, because now they're realizing whatever this life is that they created doesn't mean shit, and that they need to change their ways. And this is why they are showing up more as their authentic version of themselves, because a lot of this energy with the Six of Cups is very much giving me, it's like the people, places, and things that made them feel most like themselves are what keeps on haunting them. And they're like, oh, I want to get back to that place. I want to get back to that feeling. With this Three of Wands in reverse here, part of what kept them isolated with this Four of Swords was that whoever this person is that they really honestly didn't see a future for themselves. They didn't see a future where they could be happy. They didn't see a future that actually meant anything. They didn't really embrace the idea that there was something better for them. And so they were able to stay in this place of staying numb to the world. But it seems like that stuff is changing. Now here, what's working for them is this Devil card, and this Devil card is serving me energy that's twofold. First and foremost, whoever this person is recognizing their devilish ways, the ways that they had allowed themselves to be tempted for things that didn't serve them in their life. They are recognizing it, and it is becoming abundantly clear that their actions, their behaviors, the things that they were letting rule their life were not serving them. But also I'm getting this obsessive energy for change, this obsessive desire to get past what was causing them to do these things that didn't serve them. Again, it's this internal battle. Their ego is trying to win out here, but their ego is not going to win, is what I'm getting, because they're with this Queen of Wands, it's like their soul is shining. The bright side of them is shining at this time. The player played themselves, and they are feeling that. With the Seven of Cups, yeah, again, with this Devil, they are seeing again what was causing them to stay in their devilish ways. And this was all these temptations with the Seven of Cups. They are clearly saying that everything was a temptation. So many things were illusions in their life, and it's becoming abundantly clear what the illusions were and how these certain things tempted them and how these things pulled them away from their soul brightness, from their true authentic selves, from their aligned path. It's all, again, with this High Priestess in reverse, it's all been revealed to them. The curtain's been pulled back, and now they're seeing everything clearly for what it was. But more than all of these illusions and these temptations, they're seeing how easily they were tricked into believing in these illusions. And to be completely honest, it's kind of pissing them off. It's pissing them off that they were so easily manipulated into going down this path and doing the things that were wanted of them that were very devilish and not great. with this Three of Swords in reverse, they are healing from their old behaviors. Whatever is happening right now, this internal conflict is causing them to heal from their old behaviors. And they're turning their back on their past and what didn't work for them in the past, which was falling into the trap of illusions. And you know, there is going to be a part of them that's going to miss this old lifestyle because you miss things, but at the same time, it's like they know that they have to move past that because they have made a mess of their life. And they are seeing the benefit of showing up as a true, authentic self in this Queen of Wands energy. With this Star in reverse here, I am very much getting the energy that this person is having a hard time really believing in themselves, having a hard time to believe that they are redeemable, having a hard time seeing their own personal star quality. Because of their past, because of the things that they've done, because of their past actions. But the star shows up regardless because you are a star and we are all born stars. And so this is just a message from Spirit to like maintain hope despite the fact that this is a hard time to feel like there is hope, and just keep going. Even when hope is lost, you need to keep going because there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Oh, and here's the Death card. See, we started out with this Five of Wands in reverse, and I was like, it's giving me death energy. Here's a Death card. Why they're feeling a little bit hopeless right now is because I feel like somebody is going through an ego death. Somebody is going through a massive, massive transformational period. And it's hard to maintain this hope because going through an ego death is exhausting, but it feels like this is like the big one. This is the big, big, big ego death to whoever this player is. It is happening because they are hitting roadblock after roadblock after roadblock that's forcing them to actually face themselves. And that's why they're feeling a little bit hopeless, because they are having that emotional overwhelm that comes with that big ego death. But like Spirit's just saying, like, hold out hope. There is light at the end of the tunnel and you will be better and happier because of it. With the Lovers in reverse here, I'm getting the energy that you've gotten so far. If you are the person that's the player that's watching this, or if you're the cross watcher, know that the player's gotten to the point to where they've gotten so far that they actually don't have a choice in the matter. It's like they can't even go backwards, because it's like now that everything's been revealed, it's like there's no turning back to the way that things were, because they literally can't go back. They don't have a choice, and going through this ego death, there's no going back. And so regardless of when hope is feeling lost, like they can't go back. Because they're recognizing that what's in the past, there's no love there. And now they're seeing that love is an option, but they only can have that option if they move forward. But also, like, the way that the past used to thrill them and make them happy doesn't make them happy anymore, so they can't go there. They are at a place where they're at that tipping point where there's nowhere to go but forward. So if you're watching this for a player, have hope. The player's changing. If you are the player, have hope. You are changing, and your life will be better after this ego death is over. But you are doing a good thing right now. Things are changing. I'm happy for you that your eyes are open. On that note, thank you guys so much for watching this video today. That's the message I have for you. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, especially if you want to be entered into the giveaways that I have going on. On that note, please never forget just how divine you are.